Well, hello everybody and happy Saturday. It is time for date night with Lisa. So I hope you're going to join me tonight for a fun get together of just stamping and talking and I got a couple jokes for you. So hopefully we'll have a good crowd tonight. It has been a great day today. I'm going to tell you all about my day. It was so much fun. And I went and looked and found a couple really cute jokes, so I hope you're gonna like them. And we're gonna do a 10 and 20, maybe 30, I'm not sure. I guess it depends on how much I talk. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So we'll see what happens, but I need to get my computer going and see if I'm live. I'm trying something different tonight, so we'll see how it goes. I am not using the internet. I am using my phone's data, so I didn't even want to risk, losing the internet tonight. So we're gonna see how it goes on the data plan with Verizon instead of Cox. And I did talk to Cox the other night after my video because I was so mad. And they said, well, you might need a new modem. I said, well, I need a new something because obviously it's not working, whatever it is. Let's see. Why am I crooked again? I don't know. Let's see if we turn this right here. It'll fix it. Hopefully that'll help. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. All right. Are you guys seeing me good and hearing me good and all that? I don't think it'll go out because it's not the internet. It's actually my cell phone. So I think Verizon is pretty good here. So we'll see. I need to get a new cell phone, and I'm thinking about getting a iPhone 13 because I have an 8 Plus. Hey, Beth. Yeah, I'm good. What's going on? Working well. Okay. All right. We've got a lot of people joining us. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Anya. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Carla. Hey, Laura. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Marsha. Melinda, Judy. All right, so let me ask you guys, did any of you guys go back and watch any of my videos in slow motion? I had a few people tell me they did, and it was hysterical. So I want to know if any of you guys watching did, because it is funny. Oh, no. Now I am seeing buffering on my computer, which means my internet's not working good, but my phone is probably working, but my internet's not, so I don't know. Furniture shopping. Oh, Debbie, you're furniture shopping, so you get to see and hear me. That's good. All right, Melinda, you watched my slow motion and saw it was funny. Oh, Judy, you got to go back and watch it. It's hysterical, really hysterical. I'm telling you, if you are having a bad day and you want a good laugh, that's all you have to do is just go watch one of my videos, put it on 0.75, and you will die laughing. All right, so this is the card we're making. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on it, but it is a shimmer card. So we're going to be spraying some shimmer paint on it. And this is using the New Horizons designer paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. And it's not going to be in the new catalog. So that means it is retiring. And when it's gone, it's gone. So if you don't have this paper yet, you better get it. I stocked up and got about 7 packs. So I'm pretty sure it's still available because I just ordered it not too long ago. Debbie says, clear and stable, you off the phone. Oh, yes, it is a riot. She is drunk. Yes, it is. It looks just like I'm drunk. And I said, I don't know if you guys heard me on the last video when I was talking about it. I said, I sound like, if any of y'all remember the I Love Lucy episode where she's doing the Vita Vita Vegemin, and she's like taking a spoonful and she's like, it's so tasty too. And it's like terrible. It is like the funniest I Love Lucy scene in history. If you have never seen that episode, go to YouTube and type in I Love Lucy Vita Vita Vegemin. I don't know how you spell it, but it's absolutely hysterical. And that's an episode I can watch like over and over. Just that segment. It's like, I don't know, 5 minutes or something, but it's so funny. Um, so anyway, I think if you listen to me in 0.75 speed, that's what I sound like. I just sound drunk. And it's so funny. But I crack up every time I do it. I do it like every morning. I sit there and watch YouTube for a few minutes and turn it on that. So if you haven't seen this absolutely gorgeous paper, this is what it looks like. And I never can get it back in the bag, so I don't know why I take it out. But you get 4 sheets of different patterns. So this is one. The back of them are all kind of like clouds and stuff. This is that one that I made all those cards the last time. The like, what did I do? 16 cards or something like that. That one's got that. Both sides of that are really pretty. And then we've got this one, which is gorgeous. This one is gorgeous. And the card I'm doing tonight, you can do with any of these. You might have to stamp something on there. The one I'm doing tonight, you don't even have to stamp anything because it already looks like it's got mountains and houses and stuff in there. This one's really pretty too. I've seen a couple cards with this one that are really pretty. This one is gorgeous. And here we go. Oops, one more. And this is the one we're using tonight. I'm going to show you how to cut it. So you can, oh, this one's a really pretty one too. That would be a good one to do. And then I think I did this card with the sailboats. And then this one, which is kind of similar to this one. And last one, oh, I love, love, love that one. And also, don't ever throw away your scraps because on the next video, I'm going to show you what to do with all your scraps. So first I'm going to show you how to cut this down. So you're going to have to cut down your pieces. So I've got 10 of these that I cut down to 3.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to get my cutter out and show you. So what we want to do, this is 6 by 6. So I want to cut it down to 4.5 this way across. And I wanted to start with this side. So I'm just going to cut off 1.5 inches over here. So we're going to go over to, let me see if you can see this right. Debbie says, slow-mo is so funny. Lisa does sound a bit tipsy. Yep. Okay, so you can either do it this way at 1.5, because we're going to cut 1.5 inches off, or you could flip it around and put it over at 4.5. So we're going to do it at 1.5 and cut it off. So now this is 4.5 inches. And then I want to cut off just a teeny bit of the bottom, like 1/2 inch. So I'm going to put it at 5.5. Oops. Maybe 5 and... Did I do 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch? I can't even remember now. Hold on. Let me see. I cut off... I cannot remember. I think, let me try 1/4 inch and see. So we'll start with 1/4 and see if that's right. I don't think that's it. It's 1/2. So let's go to 5.5 and cut it. Okay. All right, so now we've got it at the right, we want it even with that. All right, so then this is 5.5 now, and I want it at 3.5. So from this part to this part, I want 3.5 inches. So we're going to put it at 3.5 and cut it. Now this piece is a scrap we're going to use for another card. So, and so is this one. So these 2 scraps you're going to save for another card that we're going to do next time. So don't throw those away. So now we have this piece right here. That's what it starts out as. But we want to cut this into 3 sections. So it's 4.5 across. I want to cut it into 1.5 and 1.5 and 1.5. So that means we're going to go to 3 inches. So you're going to cut it at 1.5 and 3 inches. So we're going to put it there and cut it, and then put it at 1.5 and cut it. And there we go. So now we've got our 3 sections all done. So that's how you make one. Now I cut it, I have a guillotine, or guillotine, I don't know how you say that, cutter. So I do like 5 sheets of these at a time. So this is what it started at, and then I cut it apart. And it's nice to have one that's not cut apart so you can remember which order they go into, because if you look, sometimes you can put them in different orders and they still kind of match. So just remember this little thing right here, if you're looking at it this way, the white and purple part is on the left, the pink one is on the right, and then that one goes in the middle. All right, so we've got our pieces. I'm gonna save those for later. So let me show you exactly what you need. We've got 10 pieces of white, 5.5 by 8.5. And then we've got 10 pieces of 5.25 by 4 Blackberry Bliss. And 10 pieces of 5 by 3 3/4 Misty Moonlight, which is retiring. I'm really, really sad about that. And then we've got all these pieces that I cut. So I broke them down into sections. So we've got all 3 of the pieces like that. So it starts as 4.5 by 3.5, and then you cut it into 1.5 by 3.5 pieces. So you're cutting it at 1.5 and 1.5. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll put them all together. All right, so take a picture of that. Whoops, let me scoot this over. I'm not even in the screen. Okay, there we go. All right, so hopefully you can see that. Take a screenshot and we'll get started. Kathy says, hi Lisa, I'm always watching you, but the first time I was able to comment. Oh, so usually you must not be live when you're watching. Hey Terry, your first time watching live too. All right. Debbie says there's a new documentary by Amy Poehler directs it. It's Lucy and oh, I saw that. I haven't watched it, but I saw the commercial for it. All right, so let me take all these stickers off. And anybody have any exciting news? I don't. I'm going to tell you about my day while I'm stamping. And actually, I think I'm going to start with this one. This is the one I'm going to be stamping the words on. So I'm going to keep these like over here for a second. And we'll do that first. We're also going to stamp in the middle of the card. I don't think I did the original one, but I'm going to do a sailboat. And this is from Sailing Home, I think it is. This is retiring. Really upset about that. I know you guys heard me on the last video. If you were watching, I'm devastated because Very Versailles is retiring. And the Prized Peony is also retiring. So I'm devastated about those two. All right, so we're going to do the inside of the card first. That'll be easy. All right, so what time is it? 7:13. Let me tell you a joke. You ready? This is a funny one. Why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road? Anybody know? It got stuck in a crack. I thought that one was good. Okay, that's my first joke for the night. All right, so we're going to do the inside of each card with the sailboat. So I'm just going to ink that up and go through each card on the inside real quick and just do it like that. All right, so it's 7:13 still, so we're starting. We'll see if we can get these done in 20 minutes. We should be able to, because really there's not much stamping to them. I was going to do like some really crazy card tonight, but I ended up, and I had kind of forgotten about this till a couple days ago. My upline Faith was doing a big stamp camp today because one of her other downline, who's like my sideline, I guess, like everybody under Faith, that's my upline, is in her downline. So she's the upline, we're the downline. So that means we're underneath her. So one of my sidelines, who's also under Faith, one of her really good friends' husband had a stroke, and so I guess like he's out of work, and I guess he doesn't have a disability or anything, and so they're having to pay a lot in medical bills, and I don't know exactly the whole situation, but anyway, they did. She did this stamp camp today, as a fundraiser. So it was to raise money to help them, you know, with their medical bills and just, you know, whatever cost they have. So, you know, you paid a certain amount to go, and that all the money went to this family. And so we made 6 projects, which were really cute. And I should have brought them with me to show you. I'll do that next time. I made some really cute things. All right, so now I'm going to take, this one right here. This one right here. So I'm just going to stamp the thank you at the bottom of each one. And that's all the stamping we've got to do. So I'm just going to do, and you can stamp thank you anywhere, but I just did it on the bottom of this. So we made a bunch of cards, and we made a little box, and we got door prizes, and then there was 2 big raffle baskets that you could buy tickets for. And everything was donated, you know, for the baskets and stuff, but it was all like new stuff. And then she had like hundreds and hundreds of stamp sets and ink pads and everything else that was all donated by other demonstrators in our group. And they were selling them like really, really cheap at a bargain. So I ended up buying some because there was some stamps there, and you'll never guess which one I bought. That I had been, I used to have it a long, it was one of the very first stamp sets I bought, and I sold mine. But it was Button Bear. I don't know if any of you guys have been around long enough to remember Button Bear. But that is an old stamp set. But it was going on eBay for like, I don't know, $100 or something. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is, let me just start with the bigger piece, and I'll do this piece last. All right, so let's hold these onto the side and do this. All right, so we're going to start with the white and glue this to the top. I don't think there's a bad side to this, so we'll just go ahead and start gluing. And I had somebody email me that said, did you know that there's a fat tip to the glue pen? And I said, well, yeah. I talked about it when I did my 101, my Stamping 101 video, that there's another end to this that has the fatter tip that you can squeeze out and use it like that. But I don't really like that tip too much because it's too fat, because I like a skinny tip. But just in case you guys weren't aware, there is a fat end to the glue pen. So we're just going to glue all these down. Let me see if I can read some comments while I stamp. Let's see. Oh yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and stuff. But remember, and I really goofed last time, because not only did my video stop right in the middle, and then I had to wait. The internet would not come back on. I had to call Cox. Then I retaped it with using my cell phone data. And then, like, after I finish, I have to turn it on private so I can edit it real quick, and then I turn it back on public, because you can't really edit it while it's processing on the public thing, or it'll mess up. So I forgot to turn it private. So people were still watching it while I was trying to edit it, and it wasn't editing. And I couldn't figure out why. And then I go look, and like 350 people had watched it already and left comments and stuff. And I was like, oh, crud. So I had to turn it private for a little bit and then edit it. And then I made it public again. But all the comments and everything get lost. So wait to comment until I redo it and repost it. So it'll be about, takes me about 30 minutes. Because if I don't do it that way, I cannot touch it really until it finishes processing, which takes at least till tomorrow morning, like 12 hours or so. And then all those views don't count at all. So I try to do it right after the video. So wait and put your comments and likes and shares and all that stuff after I redo it. And that'll help me. It didn't used to be a problem when I did it on Facebook and uploaded it to YouTube, because then it was automatically done when I did it. But this way, doing it on YouTube is harder. It's a lot more work. And I guess it uses more internet or something. Okay, so let me read some stuff. Love that Vita Vita Vegemin. Yep, it is funny. And if you guys have ever seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Lucy is one of the funniest shows in the history of comedies. But that episode and like the Candy Factory one, and there's several, there's probably like 5 or 6 that are just like in the top shows. All right, so there you go. There's all the backs put together. Now we're gonna put this on top of this. So let's go ahead and do that. I like to pick whichever side I cut away from, because you'll have a little bit, depending on how sharp your cutter is, your paper might have like a little bit of a jagged edge on it. So you want to make sure you get the good side up. All right. Hey, Judy, you caught me live, but just barely late. That's okay. Let's see. Hey, Robin, I saw you posted pictures of your sparkling card that we made the other day. Loved it, loved it. You did a great job. Dr. Seuss. Dr. Zeus. Dr. Zeus is on here. Hey, Starla. How you doing? I just flipped that piece of paper over, and it was the wrong side. It didn't matter. I did one of the cards I made today at the stamp camp. You had to use the Hive embossing folder, and it was a kind of a new thing, which I might do a video with if I can get the hang of it better. But you put the ink on the embossing folder, then you put the paper in the embossing folder. You don't use the embossing machine, you just press it and get the ink on it, and it makes the pattern from the embossing folder with the ink. So I did it the first time, and I did it on the whole piece of white instead of, there was a front piece of white, so I did it on the wrong piece, and I was like, shoot. And so I turned my paper over, and then I was gonna go do it again, and then I got distracted, and I ended up doing the other side of the whole piece of paper. And the girl who was sitting next to me was cracking up. She's like, okay, now you've screwed it up twice. And I said, I know it. So then I get the front white piece, and I do it right, and it came out really good. And then I went and got a snack, and I came back, and I start stamping the whole entire card on the base piece that I had messed up. So I finished the whole entire card. It takes me about 30 minutes because it was kind of a hard card. And I'm all the way to the end, and I realized I didn't use the right piece of cardstock. I used the base piece that I had messed up. So I had the other white piece that I was supposed to use just sitting there. And she starts laughing, and she says, see, even Lisa's not perfect. And I said, no, obviously I'm not perfect. And I said, nobody's perfect except Jesus. So we were talking earlier about my videos, and she was telling somebody else who was there who I didn't know. She said, yeah, Lisa does YouTube videos. And but she's gotten a lot better than she used to be, because she wasn't very good when she first started. And I just looked at her and I was like, thanks. She goes, well, she said, in the beginning you used to say all the time, and you know, you just weren't as good as you are now. And I said, well, I still mess up all the time. I just don't say as much as I used to. Because when I very first started, I did say a lot. And one of my kind of friends, I don't know how good of a friend she is because she was kind of mean. She told me, she said, I couldn't even watch your whole video because you said so many times it was just getting on my last nerve. And I was like, wow, okay. So I had to be really conscious of that after that. So I guess that was kind of a good thing, because then I really, really tried hard to make sure I wasn't saying a lot. So now I try not to. Okay, so now we're gonna put these on here. So what I usually do is just start on one edge, and you can see the gap is the same all the way around. So every piece of this has about 1/8 of an inch gap all the way around. So I kind of just judge it. eyeball it. You can measure it if you want to. Do it like on paper like this and kind of just eyeball it, which is what I'm gonna do. If you want it to be exact, you could just mark it on your paper and put where you need to put it and stuff, but I'm gonna do one card at a time. So we'll have that one, then we get the middle one. This card's easy because there's no ribbon. But the other card that I'm gonna do that kind of goes in with this and uses my scrap paper that is left over is really, really, really pretty. And that uses all the scrap paper plus another piece of scrap paper from another card. So I'll do that one next time. I'm doing my calendar, my magnet board. I don't know what it's called. Magnet board celebration calendar, not calendar. Magnet board something. Card. No, it's not a card. I don't even know what it's called. It's that magnet board kit. I think it's called Celebration something. But it's a magnet board that just came out and it's really, really cute. That's my class for next week. So I've got a bunch of people coming for that. And that should be fun. Oh, let me tell you about what happened at work last night. So I had to work late and we were not very busy. It's kind of been slow lately. And really the only thing we're getting is like injuries and stuff and people falling down and working in the yard and things like that. No more COVID, thank goodness. It's a good thing. Uh-oh, somehow I missed that one with the thank you. Let's get that thank you back out. All right, stamp it over here. Okay. How did I miss that one? All right, you ready for another joke? All right, what's the opposite of coffee? This is kind of a corny one. Oh, celebrate today magnet board kit, that's it. Okay, what's the opposite of coffee? Sneezy. That one's corny, I know. Okay, this one's really funny. What kind of hair do they sell at IHOP? Remember my last IHOP joke? With the where does a one-legged waitress work? IHOP. So what kind of hair do they sell at IHOP? Anybody got it? Egg extensions. I thought that was cute. There's this guy on YouTube that is hysterical. His name, I think, is, I wrote it down, Texas Tom Hurt, I think is his name. He has the funniest jokes, and he's got this real country accent, and he tells the funniest jokes. I gotta write them down, but his are really long. They're like 5 minutes, but they are so funny. How am I doing on time? Oh, 15 minutes. I still got 5 minutes left, and we're getting close to being done. All right, so see, this card is super easy, and you can do it with any designer paper that you want that has a pretty design on it, and just cut it 4.5 by 3.5, 4.5 across, 3.5 up and down, and then cut it into 1.5 inch strips and layer it on 2 pieces of cardstock, and you'll get the same exact kind of thing. And it's so pretty. Oh, Amy says I'm on a roll. I got 3 jokes. Okay, I got one more. You ready? This one is cute. Why did the tomato blush? This is my last one. You probably heard this one before. Thanks, Linda. Anybody heard this one? Why did the tomato blush? Because it saw the salad dressing. I think that was cute. All right, so I got to tell you about this lady that came in last night. She was absolutely insane. So we're kind of slow, and like I'm just sitting there checking a patient in, and this lady walks in, and I see her walk in, and I could kind of tell that she was like not nice, and just because of the look on her face. But I was right in the middle of checking somebody in, and she just like walks in huffing and puffing, and I was like, "Hello," because I have to, say hello to everybody, and she didn't say anything back, but I just kind of said hello, and then I went back. I turned back to checking the patient in, and I'm not really looking at her. And so she comes around to face me because when I'm checking the patient and I'm kind of looking at the computer screen and the patient is on my side, like away, like say the front door is here and you come in the door and I'm sitting here and then the patient's over on this side and my computer screen's like right in front. So I'm kind of looking at the computer screen and the other patient, and so I'm not looking at this lady. And so she comes right in front of me and bangs on my little window, and she goes, "I need my work note." And I was like, okay, I'll be with you in just a minute. She goes, "I need it now." And I was like, I'm right in the middle of checking a patient in. You're just going to have to wait a minute. And she goes, "I need my note now." And the lady I'm checking in was like, "Just go ahead. Just." And I was like, "I'm really sorry." So I, told her I needed her ID. And she just kind of rolls her eyes at me and she says like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "No." And so she gets her ID and kind of just throws it at me. And so I get her note out of the drawer and give it to her. And then I go back to checking the lady in. So about 10 seconds later, she comes back around right in my face again, bangs on my window right in front of me. And she goes, "This is not a work note. This is a receipt." And I said, "It is a work note." And, she just holds it up and it says right on the thing, "Please excuse from work starting whatever date it was and return to light duty and blah, blah, it says all that right on it. And she goes, "This is not real paper. This is like receipt paper." And I was like, "That's what we do the work notes on. It's thermal paper. And that is a work note. It's not a receipt." And so she's standing there arguing with me. And I said, "I can get the nurse if you want to talk to the nurse." And she goes, "I don't have time for this." And she just huffs and puffs and walks out the door. And I was like, "Oh my God." Okay. So then about 10 seconds later, the phone rings. And it's this lady, the same one. And she starts yelling at me on the phone. And she thinks I'm the nurse. And because, the way our phones are set up, all the calls that come through the main line come to me or the other person at the front. And even though one of the buttons says if you want to speak to a nurse, press whatever, it still comes to the front desk because we have to screen the calls. So she thinks she's talking to the nurse and she's yelling and she's like, "I was just there and I had to get my work note and I just got this stupid piece of paper that is like a receipt and it wasn't even a work note and da da da." And I said, "Ma'am," I said, "I just helped you a few minutes ago. You were with me and I'm the one that gave it to you. And I was just as nice as I could be." And she goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "You're the receptionist?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I guess you would say that." And she goes, "I need to talk to a nurse. I don't want to talk to you." And I'm just like, oh my God. This lady is like beyond ridiculous. So I get the nurse on the phone and I'm like, "There's a lady on the phone that is screaming at me who wants to talk to you." And, I told her who she was and she knew who she was. And she goes, "Oh God." So then she had to deal with her. But the lady I was checking in still, she knew what was going on because she could hear the lady over the phone. And she's like, "I'm so sorry that you have to deal with people like that." And I said, "You would not even believe it." I said, "It seems like every day there's at least one or two of them." And I just don't understand it. I mean, why do people have to be like that? Do they really think that being mean is going to help them get anywhere in life? I just don't get it. Like, you should know, if you're nice to people, you will get way farther, you know? And so anyway, that was my story for last night, but she didn't come back, so I don't know what she did. I guess she was okay with that. But I was only the receptionist, so felt like saying, I have a college degree, lady. It's not like I'm some idiot sitting there, you know? People kill me, though. So anyway, that was my work story yesterday. So that was my excitement for the night. And then after that, it was pretty slow until about 9:45, and we close at 10. And then here comes our last minute Nellie right at 9:45, walking through the door. And she has pneumonia, and she's been sick for like 2 weeks, and her daughter finally talked her into coming in at 9:45. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And of course, we had nobody there. Like, after 8:30, we had no patients. We were just sitting there for like, I'm going to do my shimmer spray. So if you are brand new to this channel, this is my shimmer spray. It is 70% alcohol. So just get rubbing alcohol, which is, I guess, isopropyl alcohol. It's 70%. You fill it up about this high. Any spray bottle will work. Just fill it up almost all the way to the top. Take your shimmer paint. We used to sell this at Stampin Up, but we don't anymore, but I know a lot of people still have it. This is the Champagne Mist one. You can use the Frost White or Champagne Mist. And all you do is shake it up, and you just kind of go like this into the opening when you have it unscrewed. So you've got your alcohol, and then you just kind of go like this and go like that long, like 1 second. And then you put the lid back on, shake it up, and I've got a couple ball bearings in there, like little BBs. Anything like you put in nail polish will help shake it up. And then you're just going to spritz it. And I know I'm going to probably choke on this in a minute because I got so much. I got to do so much of it. Let me put something else over this so I don't get this all mixed up. Well, I don't have any scrap paper in here today, darn it. Let me see. I don't have anything to put down. Oh well. Here we go. I'll use this. Got some scrap paper here. Alright, so we're going to spray these. I'm going to try not to inhale. I'm going to hold my breath. Hold on. You can see you can see like the little spray coming up. Yeah. I'm starting to taste it now. Alright, just give it like 3 squirts each. And we are done. Oh, I can taste it. Okay, I don't know where the lid went. Alright, so here we go. We did 10 cards in, oh, it's 25 minutes, sorry. We started at 13 after, so 25 minutes. So we made all these beautiful cards in just a short amount of time. Aren't they gorgeous? Love it, love it, love it. That's the original one. So there you go. Super easy cards, and you're going to have these pieces left over that I showed you. So we're going to trim this one down for the next card, and then I'm going to have this piece, and then I've got another piece that goes with it. So we're going to make a really, really pretty card. I might even do another 10 cards in 20 minutes with it because they're easy. But it's just using all the scraps that I had from doing a whole bunch of cards. So don't throw your scraps away from this. So I hope you liked that. I am going to turn it off for about 30 minutes. Let me read some comments first, though. Oh, we almost got to 100. We've got 97 people watching. Let me go back and read some comments real quick. Oh, the grape episode of I Love Lucy. That's a good one, too. And the chocolate factory one. Yep. Stomping the grapes. That was good. Yep. Yeah, when she was stuffing it in her mouth and in her shirt. That was a good one. All right. Let's see. Now you are going to Wheezy's to eat. What? I must have missed something in there. Oh, Debbie, you got Happy Mail? What did you get? You're getting something from me soon because I put something in the mail to you today. Let me see. What is Jameson Barrel Spirits? I missed that one. What is that? My granddaughter's now telling the toilet paper joke to everybody in the house. Oh, let me see. Here's a joke. Do you remember the year the Oscars gave an award for necklines? No, it was a tie. I don't remember that. Thanks, Sharon. If you missed the toilet paper joke, you're going to have to go back and watch it on the replay. That paper makes really pretty cards. Yes, it does. I bet you really have your hands full at work. Yes, I do. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Does the ink not run? No, the ink does not run. The only time I have ever seen ink run is if you colored something like with markers or something like that and you hold it up, because some of my customers like to do this. I always spray it flat so it never runs. Some of my customers, they'll hold it up like this and start spraying it a lot and then it will run. If you spray a lot and it's something colored a lot, but I have never had a problem with it. So it dries almost instantly. And it just makes such a difference. I don't know if you can see it on there, but it's so pretty. All right, everybody loves it. Yay! Thanks you guys so much for joining me. And I will be back on Tuesday. I have got a super duper busy week this week. So Tuesday, I'm probably going to do the other card that kind of goes like with this one. And maybe do another 10 and 20 since I've already got that card made. And I'll also try to remember to bring the cards that we made today to show you guys. So have a great rest of your weekend. Relax, enjoy your time with your family and your friends, and be safe and be blessed. And I will be back. Don't forget, when I come back in about 30 minutes, then go on and leave comments and stuff and like and share and all that stuff. And that'll help me out. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.